James Brown joins us now with more. And James, how is Borland's retirement being received around the league? Such a huge decision.
And Elaine, not having had a chance to get my finger on the pulse of a sizable number of players around the league, but what I do know about NFL players, probably raised eyebrows would be the best way to describe it. It's a very tough culture, so I would be surprised if we see a wave of players going the same route that Chris Borland is going, but I'm sure they're doing their homework.
What about the NFL, JB? Because as you know, this issue has really been sort of front and center. What are officials at the NFL saying?
And let me not make light of this at all. It is a very serious issue, to say the least. The medical science certainly has some very sobering statistics with respect to that, Elaine. But clearly the league is feeling better that the emphasis and focus that they're putting on this is yielding some results. Concussions were down 25% this year over the last year, and it represents, according to the league, a 3-year decline in that. And they're also emphasizing safe tackling techniques being taught clearly at the NFL level, but also encouraging it down at the Pop Warner or the youth level will continue to make a sizable impact. That was the essence of the league's response.
But JB, can I ask you, how big of a problem is this, though, for the league? I mean, I got to tell you, I am a lifelong NFL fan, but watching games now, when guys get hit and they get hit really hard, I think about what that is doing to their brains and what kind of injuries they might be receiving, not just in that immediate moment, but many years down the line. I mean, what are we looking at here for the future of the NFL?
And Elaine, your reaction would be akin to that of many mothers around the league. And we say mothers because mothers are the real decision makers in the household in terms of whether or not they want their children playing. And that is a concern, and it ought to be, which is why the league stresses safe tackling techniques. Look, this is a game of some very strong men who are very fast, and the collisions are mighty impactful. Look, I've stood on the sidelines and I've grunted. I've talked to a number of ex-players, tough guys who said they in no way could go out there and play the game today because it is that tough. So it is a serious issue. And I guess if I seem like I'm equivocating a bit, is that I think people ought to be informed before they allow their kids to play that game. And certainly the players themselves will tell you. Antonio Freeman, a former wide receiver with the Green Bay Packers, said, look, I would need to be protected against myself. If an ex-player is telling me I have something to be concerned about, then I'll listen as opposed to the general public.
A lot of science out there. All right, JB, always good to see you. Thank you for that.
Elaine, likewise.